Hello friends and welcome to Arcadia. Today we talk about something that I like a lot in 5th edition, feats. These are a form of character customization, much like multiclassing, but have the potential to do so much more. I do have some thoughts about feats as a DM, but let's talk about feats from the perspective of a player first. Let me show you how you can customize your character exponentially and expand your arsenal of strategic options starting as low as level 1. What are feats? Put simply, they are powers and abilities that your character can gain, but that are not tied to any race or class. You can find a list of them in the player's handbook right afterwards the multiclassing section, and the idea is that your character can gain them as they level up, as specific areas of expertise they come to master during their life. The interesting part here is that because they are not tied to any race or class, they can be chosen by any of those. They increase the number of possible character combinations insanely. And they are also more related to the concept that you have about your character than the class or race they happen to have. For example, if you want your character to have extremely acute senses and to be always aware of their surroundings, kind of like Spider-Man's spider sense, you can give them the feat Alert. Now, you don't need to be a ranger who hunted in the wilds or a fighter that used to be a sentinel to have this feat. It is available to any race and class. I mean, if it fits the idea that you have for your lone hunter ranger or your town sentry who happens to be a fighter, by all means pick that feat on top of that class. But you can as easily have a wizard who is so easily scared that they get this feat as well because they're constantly alert. If you'd like your character to be an extremely good archer, you can give them the sharpshooter feat to allow them to attack even over extremely long distances. If you'd like to create a born leader, you can give them the inspiring leader feat to allow them to make inspiring speeches to boost your allies' powers. And if you'd like to create a warrior extremely skilled with shields, you can give them the shield master so they can shove enemies with shield bashes and defend against fiery dragon breaths behind their shields. Can you see the possibilities that feats bring to the table? What feats do basically is allow you to add yet another layer of customization to your hero and make it even closer to the mental image you have of your character. It also gives you even more strategic options to use in combat, so that's a bonus too. Now, let me make one thing clear right away, because many people get this wrong. Though many folks take feats for granted as standard D&D rules, they are in fact, by definition, optional rules. You should always check with your GM if feats are allowed. Even if it's reasonable to assume that the answer will be yes, it's only polite to ask. But if the answer is yes, how do you get them? There are two main ways to get feats, and a third secret one. The most common one is through leveling up. You will notice that in your class level progression table, at certain levels you gain something referred to as ability score improvement. What this normally means is that you get to raise your ability scores, but if you're playing with the feats optional rule, you can forgo that ability score improvement to instead gain a feat. Some feats have certain prerequisites that you must meet before getting them, but that's basically everything there is to it. The second way to gain a feat is another optional rule called the human variant. Humans as a race in D&D are made to be something like all-rounders, good at many things, but great at none in specific. It is basically the race that gives you the most amplitude of possibilities, and one of the ways it enforces that is by giving you an ability score improvement of 1 in all abilities during character creation as a racial bonus, at the cost of giving you no racial features. However, if you use the human variant rule, with your DM's permission of course, instead of getting that ability score improvement of 1 in everything, you can instead get an improvement of 1 in only 2 abilities, and then pick a proficiency in any skill you want, and 1 feat of your choice. And this allows you to gain a feat at as low as level 1. Now, there's a third way to gain feats, but this is not in the player's control. It's also the way to gain feats that I love the most, by receiving awarded feats. If certain moments of the story justify it, the DM can award feats to the players, granting them extra powers, political advantages, social connections, anything really. And I have a lot of things to say about awarding feats to players. It's one of my favorite ways to reward players, and you can hear all my thoughts about it in a video I made specifically for DMs. The video isn't made yet at the time I'm recording this one, but if you come from the future, look for it in the eye up there or down below in the Underdark. I love Feats, not only for the strategical options they give you, or for how they exponentiate the amount of different characters you can make in D&D, but also for how they allow us to customize our characters so finely, so they are as close as possible to the conceptual image that we had for them in our imagination before we actually started character creation. And it's also great how you can integrate gaining a feat with the story arc of your character, kinda like what I described with multiclassing. If you want to hear more about that, you can also check that video. Do you use feats in your game? What was the best one you ever used? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm the first Arcadian, your Portuguese DM and manga author. And if you like this video, if you want more, please consider liking and subscribing, but most of all sharing them with whoever you think will like them as well. Also, stop by my social media pages at The First Arcadian in Instagram and TikTok and at @T1StArcadian in Twitter for some more D&D and also lots and lots of art. This was a lightning fast summary of what are feats in D&D. I hope to see you again at the next video.